any child with epilepsy, there's a conversation around, if that child has a seizure again, are they likely to need rescue medication? And by that we mean medication that's going to stop that particular seizure. And actually the guidance is that not every child needs rescue medication, because if your seizures are always short, there's no reason why that needs to be part of your protocol. But if you have a tendency to have prolonged seizures, then obviously it makes sense that we would like to stop those seizures as soon as possible, and that rescue treatment would start in the child's home or in school, would start as soon as possible. And so, of course, in Dravet, because you have a tendency to have prolonged seizures, it's vital that you've got some sort of rescue plan. And what's important for families, I think, is that everybody knows about that plan. So what you want to do is have something they can do at home, but also make sure that then, if that seizure isn't responding, that their local hospital, their local A&E, knows about them, knows that they're at risk, and also has a plan that says, if this little boy comes in, this is what we do, this is what he responds to best. There are some fairly standard components to it. So having an emergency plan, it's having a written plan, hopefully it's something that's electronically held as well, and it's around what's my first step. And actually, for most children, the first step is going to be midazolam. Occasionally it will be rectal diazepam still, and that dose is going to be determined for that particular child depending on what age they are and what size they are, but that's fairly standardised. So that's why you'd expect that putting an initial rescue plan in place for a family is not complicated. And that's why it should be in place. That's why it should be done. The next steps from that are going to be what happens when that child gets to hospital. And in general, the safest thing is going to be that that child follows a treatment regime that is close to management of status in any other child, but with something that is Dravet specific. So that little bit that says, actually, in a child with Dravet, you might want to avoid using phenytoin. So our protocol might be levetiracetam, phenobarb, midazolam infusion, something like that. So it's having something that recognises Dravet as something specific. I think it's daunting at the very beginning when your child's just been diagnosed with epilepsy. So I think being told that your child has a tendency to continue to have prolonged seizures, that there's a lot of worry around that diagnosis. I just said actually and I might be wrong, I've said it's the opposite, that most families feel empowered by having an emergency plan. It's what they want, and actually they're more frustrated when somebody thinks that they aren't capable of having something in place. So I think usually it's a positive thing.